Guys, welcome back to HPL. My esteemed colleagues have informed me that we had some audio issues early in the show, but they've worked diligently to make sure that those issues are fixed, and there shouldn't be any more of them heading forward here into Game 5 with Ek0p and Sjow.
Yeah, we're getting our first Game 5 and our first match here in HPL. I couldn't be happier. I want to see all of them go to Game 5. I want to see the full range of our players. Ek0p, he's got a little momentum going into this last game, though. He played that last game great, had some really good timely draws, and kept a cool head when things didn't go his way for one of those turns.
Yeah, in Game 1, Freeze Mage didn't work out for Sjow. We saw Ek0p pick up that win. In Game 2, he really threw a big curveball, played a Dragon Warlock deck with a copy of Malagos in it, ended up dropping that game. In Game 3, we saw the exact same style thing from Sjow. He continued to play Hunter, picked up another one with it, and in Game 4, Ek0p said, you know what? We're going to match you on that one. I'm playing Hunter as well, and he tied the series up. So just like you said, the momentum is in his corner, and anything can happen here in Game 5 because they're allowed to make changes to their deck in any way they want in between games.
Yeah, as you said, anything can happen. They could play anything. Now, you got to believe at least one of these players is probably going to go back to their bread and butter, what they're known for here in Game 5. But we've seen both of them queuing up Hunter a lot in these last few games, so maybe they just want to get it done with early. Let's get it over with quick. I'm either going to win or lose very quickly. So it's going to be interesting to see what choices they make this round.
Yeah, you know, something that can be a potential weakness for Hunter is those warrior decks when you really fine-tune them to make sure it's going there. So it's curious to see if Show's going to play that to adjust to Ek0p. But guys, Game 5 is getting underway. Get out there on Twitter, use that hashtag HPL. Let everyone know who you think is going to win this 5th and final game as we get into it. Ek0p versus Sjow. And look at that. Sjow is going to go with Hunter again. He says, you know what? I think this is the best strategy, and I don't think you can beat me consistently when I'm playing it. And Ek0p going back to one of those decks that he's very dangerous and deadly with.
Yeah,
Handlock.
We talked about it at the beginning of the show here. He's got an 80% win percentage in ranked play. I'm sorry, in professional play this season with this deck. So, you know, going back to his bread and butter, like we said, you know, he's going to his strengths here in the last game because it's anybody's game. This one, whoever wins this one is going to move on to 1-0 and have a very good start to their HPL.
Yeah, this one kind of down to the wire. Shjow's hand was looking a little bit slow. That Haunted Creeper going to make sure it squeezes in some extra damage here, but Ek0p kept 2 Molten Giants in his hand. And Sjow, there's no way he could know that that was the case. So going to continue. Look at that, just Dark Bomb straight away to make sure he can set up a clean Hellfire turn.
He's got 2 Hellfires already. Those are going to be pretty good this game, hopefully for Ek0p's sake. But it looks like Sjow got a Misha, which is actually pretty good here. It's going to protect his 1/1s and live through any Hellfires.
Yep, so he's just going to go ahead and go with Twilight Drake now. And I can tell you, the one card Ek0p does not want to see is a secret.
An owl would actually be pretty good here,
yeah,
too.
An owl is, well, there's the secret just right off the top. Why not?
Yeah,
so
right off the top. Hey, had it.
Yeah, just had it in his hand. I mean, this is showing you the power of this Hunter deck, though. Very strong disruptive tools at almost every step of the way, and the ability to push for big numbers.
Yeah, absolutely great start from Sjow here, and you know what? His hand is pretty good behind it, too.
Yeah, just going to life tap here. I got to believe that this means it's going to be Sun Fury Protector. Yep, going to make sure that that Twilight Drake is absorbing it. So now, this is really the bigger turn where he doesn't want to see Iron Beak Owl. And there's not one in this hand. So just going to go ahead and put this Stranglethorn Tiger on the board and make sure it sticks there. Again, very difficult minion to deal with outside of something like Giant AoE.
Yeah, it also lives through a Shadow Flame, which is actually a pretty big deal here. I know Sjow has probably got that in the back of his mind against Ek0p's Warlock deck here.
Yeah, just going to trade in, make sure everything is in order. Ek0p going to proc this trap with his Sun Free Protector. That's going to come back, potentially useful later on.
Yeah, it's probably one of the better minions he can get put back to his hand with the Freezing Trap here.
Something that we're seeing develop in this game too, by the way, is that Sjow doesn't have stuff like Quick Shot and Kill Command in his hand. It's all minion pressure at this point. So if he gets Ek0p down to that life total where he can play 2 Molten Giants and then taunt him up, that could spell trouble for him. And that's the kind of turn that Ek0p is looking for right now. He's going to have to take a big risk, drop very low on life, and hope that the 2 Molten Giants are going to be able to get the job done.
Yeah, you're going to see Ek0p actually, it looks like he's going to kill this big game hunter here. Yeah, that's an interesting play from Ek0p here, but he's probably playing around like the Sun Fury Protector that he knows is already in Shjow's hand.
Yeah, I mean, Sjow definitely wants to make sure that he keeps a very strong board presence, so just going to make sure he uses the health in that Stranglethorn Tiger to pick up that minion kill, but this sets it up beautifully for Mortal Coil.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty clean and easy Mortal Coil, but it's going to be interesting to see what he does for the rest of the turn after this because he's actually getting pretty low in life here. Now, these Molten Giants are going to come in and hopefully get taunted up for Shjow's sake, but if Ek0p draws any burn spells, this game could be over pretty soon.
Yeah, Emperor not going to be able to come down this turn. And he could Ancient Watcher taunt up here, but it's just going to get run over by Savannah Highmane, so it's more stuff that he's got to keep thinking about. And Show's hand is no joke on the action side of things. Very strong minions in his hand right now. But Ek0p, I mean, he's got to get down to that 10 health point, so these Molten Giants can hit the board. He's got that second Sun Fury Protector, so it's okay that he's doing this right now to absorb a few damage. But now, Show's going to be able to run over this and continue to put more minions on the board. So this is going to put an extra amount of pressure on Ek0p when he goes into a turn that he has to take damage to try to get down to that Molten Giant range.
Yeah, it's summon a random Huffer yet again shows its face. So this is going to be a pretty good turn here from Sjow. He's going to get to run over this Ancient Watcher. He's going to get in 4 damage with his Huffer here, and he gets to keep a sticky minion on the board.
Yeah, does he want to get in 4 damage? Yeah. I mean, this is very smart stuff here from Sjow, making sure that he doesn't put Ek0p into those very dangerous Molten Giant scenarios. But look at this. This Hellfire going to be able to take out some of here. It's going to leave a lot of pressure still for Sjow, though, so it's a very dangerous position for Ek0p. You know, if he got something like Doomsayer off that Pilot Shredder, this would be an absolutely beautiful turn for him.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to do Molten Giant and taunt it up this turn if he Hellfires. It's a pretty interesting turn from Ek0p here, and it looks like he may go with an Emperor Thorson. He's weighing all of his options here.
I mean, this could be a lot of trouble for him. Hellfire, he needs some very weak minions to draw for this here. It's a Knife Juggler instead. 7 points of damage on board, 3 more in hand for Sjow. He's got 12 points of damage this turn. And that's gonna do it. He draws just enough damage, even had a chance to get a Knife Juggler proc. Sjow is gonna pick up game 5 here and start off with a 1-0 lead in HPL.
Yeah, great showing from Sjow here. Ek0p, it didn't work out for him here in this last game. His draw was not perfect here, and Sjow pushed through just enough damage here on the last turn to kill him. Great top deck there. You have to feel that he had to be a pretty big favorite from that turn going forward.
Yeah, I mean, when you got the Knife Juggler on the board, plus the Wolf Rider, plus any of the draws that you can get that can seal out the game, I mean, there's potentially quick shot in here. We know that there's Kill Command. We've seen Abusive Sergeant so much lined up for Sjow because of the way that the tension got built on the board. Ek0p never got a chance to utilize his Molten Giants, and that's the turn he was looking for to make sure he could win the game. Didn't pan out for him, wasn't able to kill minions efficiently enough again. We saw it. Sticky minions end up being a big story against control players. They can kill the front half of the minions, but can they deal with the back half? In this matchup, the pressure was too much.
Yeah, you saw that pressure be absolutely too much. He had to Hellfire in the middle of the game just to clean up a few extra minions, which left minions behind. Like when he killed the Savannah Highmane, it left behind 4 power, and then Sjow drew enough to kill him that turn. So these sticky minions, as you said, the biggest point in story of this match, and it got Sjow through to the victory circle.
Yeah, Sjow choosing to queue up Hunter here 3 times, really saying, you know what, I believe this is the most powerful strategy. I don't think that you have a strategy set that's going to adequately beat this one. Paid off for him in spades. Guys, when we come back, we're going to have an interview with Sjow, get some insights into exactly how he tackled this match versus Ek0p, exactly why he chose to play Hunter 3 times in a row versus him. Don't go anywhere, guys. We have more matches here for you tonight on HPL. You're watching Hearthstone on PvP Live.